Bingo.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you once again for joining us. Thank you to my brother Shannon, my brother Smitty. I am Troy. Thank you again to our ever-present sister, Beatrice. Thank y'all for hanging out with us again. Please, first and foremost, third show, Undivided, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Go like our stuff. This is good quality stuff, people.
Quality.
So
Quality.
you gotta have
Quality H2O.
quality H2O. We're in the Rhythm Nation.
Absolutely. Rhythm Nation back at it. Back at it.
So this is what we're doing today. We got a short show. We're just gonna hit some real quick points. How long we want to do? What, 20 minutes?
I don't know. I know
Hey,
one.
Color
I know
people
how-
time. Y'all sit here and expect a short show. Color people time. Next thing y'all know, it's gonna be Saturday morning.
Yeah. Just because we said it was gonna be a short show.
Exactly.
So here's what we will do. So I do want to give a shout out to Mike Silva. He put on a hell of an event last week, even though it was on Mother's Day. He brought a community together. He got out there. Our city manager was out there. Jeanette Wiley was out there. Don Burris. You know, we owe thanks to these people for coming together, putting this event on. Our brother in arms, Nolan, he couldn't make it because he was dealing with issues as he should be, dealing with a family in the community. I will say this though. Tom and Jerry were nowhere to be found. They always run and sell a game about they want to be part of the community. They're about the community. But you got little Popper, little midget Pillsbury, and
Little Popper. Wait,
Yeah.
hold on. Who's Little
and
Popper?
6'4", you know the little 5'10" Pillsbury, the trash detective.
Stop.
And then
Okay,
you got
my
six,
bad.
and then you got 6'4" running around talking about he is Vacaville. I didn't see neither one of them there.
You know, Shannon makes a good point. And again, you know, we always take our concerns from the macro, micro spot, kind of, you know, because again, the things that's going on in our little community are happening across this nation. You know, for in Vacaville, some of our city leaders talk a big game, but you don't see them out and about unless certain individuals are involved, AKA, you know, the cats over there at NAACP. Now you might get these other cats out because they run tie and tie. It's a political thing. Understand, you know, if that's how you get down, you know, no worries. However, to Shannon's point, what some of these city council members did on Sunday, bringing the community together, you know, kind of blew up on Tuesday night at the city council meeting in Vacaville, because they were put on blast, the ones that didn't show up. But they're sitting here yelling, talking about, oh, we're a community, we're doing this, we're doing that. But they don't show up. You know, and again, my point is, you make these proclamations, these words. You say, oh, this, that, and the third. You know, oh, we celebrate heritage. The word celebrate is totally different than the word practice. So you can keep celebrating these heritage that you talk about, but until you get out there and practice and show up at events like what happened on Sunday with Mr. Mike Silva, you just talk. You know, you just checking boxes. So good shout out, man. I appreciate that, Shannon. And while we talking shout outs, Solano Unity Network, man, they passing out lunches. They passing out boxes of food to the people in Vacaville. The good brother Cameron Hosendorf is cleaning up Fairfield damn near by himself. Every weekend he's out there collecting bags and bags of trash. You know, Fairfield Change, helping out the houses. We got some exciting, awesome, young groups and individuals here in Solano County. Vessels of Vallejo, doing amazing things, you know, but we don't talk about them because everything is overshadowed by politics, and that's unfortunate. You know, too bad some of these political leaders can't take a lead from these young folks.
But see, this is the problem and why they should be paying attention to these groups. All these groups are voters.
Yes.
They're either they're of age right now or they're soon to be of age by the time most of these people re-election periods come up. But they want to be very dismissive. And now that's why you're going to have a lot of these young people running for office. You're going to have a lot of these young people moving votes, moving districts. And just back to your point real quick, Shannon, when Vacaville broke up into districts, everybody was like, cool, cool. Even the people who were getting elected, they said, okay, now I can really help my area. Excuse me. Just because you're in a district still means you're part of a city.
Correct.
Just because something isn't happening in your district doesn't mean it doesn't affect your city.
Problem is that you have people like our mayor. We have people like the two I was talking about, 6'4", and Mr. Roy Stockton. They believe in gentrification. That's why all this development is coming about in Vacaville here.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to relocate our low-income families out. We don't have one thing that says anything where we have housing for low income. They don't care about that. And Smitty, to your point, because I don't want to ever call somebody a liar. They do celebrate heritage. It's just the type of heritage that they celebrate. It ain't one about us. They celebrating their heritage.
Every day.
Every single day. You know, matter of fact, this man, even it pisses me off that he said, I got family that look just like you. If that shit wasn't so damn insulting, he put a picture of his mom on Facebook. His mom is nowhere near Creole or dark like us.
So then how can you have family, if you have family that look just like us, but then you still hang out with 3%ers?
Right.
Where's your life at?
And you know, and again, I know I want to move things on, but you know, Vacaville just paid $60,000 to a company to teach them about inclusion and diversity. I told them, listen here, you can pay me 60 racks. We're gonna figure this shit out in about 30 minutes.
30, 40 minutes, tops.
Tops, you know, because the thought process is this, and this is just from me thinking. You can't train hate out of somebody.
No.
You can't train hate. So you can do all of this equity training, this inclusion training, this diversity training, but if people have hate in their heart, it ain't gonna matter. They're gonna sit there, take their little notes, and go throw it in the trash when they're done, because it's in their heart. So
you know what?
I think it's a waste of time myself.
You know what, Smith? And there's a certain level, a certain lane of thinking that they don't know no better.
Correct.
And I sometimes I got to give them that they just don't know. They're ignorant to life as a whole. They're focused. They have the blinders on how they grew up.
Can I argue with you? Can I argue with you?
Please.
Troy, listen, we're grown men. We're grown men. And I don't care what color you are. I don't care. We're grown men.
Yes, sir.
If someone is sitting there constantly in your face, Troy, you're bald-headed. Troy, you're bald-headed. Mm-hmm. Troy, you're bald-headed. Mr. Finley, you're bald-headed. You have no hair. Anything that revolves around you with a lack of hair, they're telling you in so many words or not directly. Mm-hmm. But you're sitting there defiantly saying, no, I'm not.
No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I respect your point in your argument, in your stance. I really do. But at some point, as a human being, you can't sit here and tell me that you're just ignorant. You're not ignorant, you're bald. You just don't want to fucking admit it.
Facts.
Okay.
So we can never say that they just don't know. Keep in mind the position that they're in. They know something because they got where they're at right now.
Yep.
We have one who he probably did, despite he probably was inspired and wanted to be a real true detective and not one over trash.
He was gonna say catch you.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, honestly, man, I'm still that shit just hilarious.
Listen,
to me.
So you know what?
How you pull out a flashlight and go look at trash
Stop it.
and
Why
arrest
you
somebody?
got Mace? Why you got Mace in a vest on and you gotta go look at trash?
you're not
Why do you-
gonna put me down that rabbit hole, Shannon.
No.
No, why do you
Just
have a
real
gun?
quick. Just
and
let me get
you
this
got
out real
trash?
quick so we can get Shannon off of this. So there's two real quick things. One, I was going through something and I was reminded of this lady who cried because she didn't want her kids taught full history. She wanted, and that right there just shows you just how afraid a certain group, and I can't just say white America, but this is white America, wants to keep things status quo. Because you can't start teaching that Black people, Hispanic people, Native Americans have contributed so much to this country when you're all in your mind pushing hate.
Well,
And hold on, just real quick. And the state of Tennessee, there's a county in Tennessee passed a bill that they cannot teach diversity. They cannot bring it up. They can't mention it in schools. It can be part of no program. I'm pretty sure that they don't even want to go through Black History Month.
And thank you for moving us along, good brother Troy. Shannon, we're not knocking you. Your arguments still stand and they're powerful.
No. I was just he mentioned something about history. And
go ahead, dog.
What I was gonna say is that people get this concept, and this goes to show how we have allowed white people to come in and try and write history and dictate the way it should be, and utilize it for their control and their purposes. So everybody jumps up and says, well, look at what Cesar Chavez did. Quiet as kept, Cesar Chavez gained attention not for what he did, but for what a Filipino started. This farm migration of the U.S. workers and stuff, this wasn't Cesar Chavez's ideal. He didn't formulate this. This was a Filipino. Matter of fact, if you go to Stockton, all the history is right there, Little Manila. And people need to take sight of that and take heed. You never hear about it when they talk about it. They kept it out of history. But it's right there.
No,
they manipulate.
And I think you're absolutely right, because I think both of you guys are taking me, man, again, you guys just set me up for live balls. This entire week, you can watch ESPN, Fox, CNN, the Weather Channel, whatever channel you like. They all have the same news story in rotation. Well, I shouldn't say that. Whatever is important in that particular genre is in constant rotation throughout the day. So what they want you to focus on, right? So what caught my eye is, and again, I try to limit my news time to maybe 10 to 20 minutes per day because I don't want my brain to freeze. But Republicans are on this, and again, Democrats suck ass too, but Republicans are on this hype about education, about this critical theory, right? So Tommy Tuberville, senator from Alabama, who coached Black football players, came on TV and says, you can't teach critical theory because it's the same as 1619 Project, and we shouldn't be talking about racism. Mind you, he's a Republican that just said racism, but Timmy Scott said America isn't racist. They chase their tail. It boggles my mind that they're so hell-bent on holding on to what they believe instead of allowing the truth to be told, to like Shannon's point. And it's so much more history than fucking Christopher Columbus and George Washington.
Facts.
How come we don't teach there was a black man that invented the refrigerator and the street light and
I'm
things
sorry,
of this
PB
nature?
and J wouldn't exist without a black dude.
Absolutely. You know,
Telephonic wouldn't exist. Telephonic.
Telephonic.
Alexander Graham Bell. Yeah.
Light signals wouldn't exist.
Yeah. Alexander Graham Bell, he didn't invent the concept of speaking over a phone. It was a black man, and he stole the idea.
you know,
Every
but
time you got somebody who gets a heart transplant, you go shake a black man's hand.
I know this is cynical and it's petty, but I just like to throw it out there because it makes so much sense.
Uh-huh.
If white Americans, regardless of your side of the political aisle you fall on, if you are hell-bent and want to stick to the notion that this is not racist and slavery never happened and systemic racism never happened.
Just never? Okay.
But here's where I'm going with it. If that's the case, you sat on your ass for 400 years and prospered off of black folks slaving their ass off. Why would you be in any rush to invent anything?
Facts.
Yeah.
No, that's a very, you know what? What is it? Necessity is the mother of invention?
Hell yes.
And if you don't have a necessity, if you have a necessity, if you don't have any sort of urgency or, hey, you know what? We can make this better in your life. Why?
In every white boy Western TV bonanza show with Clint Eastwood and all these other clowns, every time one of them asses got shot, what they do? Pour alcohol on it. Them motherfuckers wasn't trying to do no open heart surgery. Come on, man.
Just drown this in some liquor.
Yeah.
You know what? So we know the state of a black man, there's an emergency.
Yes.
We know that things haven't changed, even with the killing of George Floyd. We know this has been going on.
Hell yes.
So I seen today, and this goes out to all our brothers and sisters out there. When you come across authority, be very cautious. I seen today the video. Black man, homeless man in San Diego. Police said they seen him. He's homeless. They said that they were trying to detain him for urinating in public. White lady, 34-year-old white lady, videotaped the whole thing. Said that he's harmless. Said that he was behind some bushes. He came out, they apprehended him.
Uh-huh.
He didn't really put up a struggle, but they ended up punching him, threw him to the ground, and then they charged him with battery to a cop.
Wow.
So I'm going to say this. Think long and hard if you are a cop. I'll be damned if you charge me with battery for not whooping your ass. Ain't taking ass whooping. That
you gonna earn it. You gonna earn this charge, bro.
Yeah.
You gonna earn this charge. All right, man.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one I did do. I didn't do that.
Your
that
Honor,
I did do.
Your Honor, I am guilty.
I'm guilty. Yes.
Well, whooping his ass. Him right there.
That one right there. That
Mhm.
one. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No, not him. Not the other one who came up behind me and hit me from behind with his stick. No.
You know,
that
Shannon,
one? Yeah.
That you're absolutely right of just the recklessness that community service employees are utilizing right now.
Yeah.
And I seen one of the body cams from Vallejo. I think 2017. I don't know the exact year, but they was chasing someone who allegedly had a gun. The gun was never found, but the body cam shows the officer. Once the perpetrator, alleged perpetrator, is out of view, the officer still has his weapon drawn and pointed. He's in a neighborhood. with his weapon pointed still. There's no one around, bro. Why are you reckless like this? Again, it just goes to the fact like you are operating out of fear.
Yes.
You're operating out of fear. That's not protect and serve. I'm sorry.
No.
You know,
No.
and for you to beat a homeless man because he's pissing,
That's what
just
you,
like
yeah.
you killed the
That's
man
who
in
you are.
Alameda because he was drunk at a park. Come on, man. Just
Yeah.
come on.
It's one of those things. That's who you are.
That's who you are.
That's who you are. With or without the badge,
Yes.
that's who you are.
Yeah.
You're the guy who got picked on in high school. You're the guy whose girlfriend left him once you got out for a black dude, and then you finally run up on him again, and then you put your knee on his neck.
Right.
That's who you are.
Yeah.
With or without a badge. And that's the problem. We get caught up that everybody wants to defend a police officer. And I'll say even I, to a certain extent, have done it. But there is the point where you have to be like, look, if you want to be a cop, you need to go through a rigorous psychiatric background check.
We've been saying that.
Your training needs to last more than it does for me to learn how to do nails. You need to be and importantly, every 3 months, once you get your badge and you're on the force, you need to go and sit down with somebody. You need to go through, once again, what is it? Equity training again. And one of the things that I was watching something, I don't know if I brought this up to you guys before. I was watching something and they were talking about, yes, our police force is, working out and we're talking about, training our mind to de-escalate events with, the public and so on and so forth. The problem that I had was they were doing it, the perpetrator was a white guy. Once again,
you know what? And here's the thing.
Let me just finish this. Once again, you're training your officers to be nice to white people. You're not training them. They should have a big black dude, and you want to talk to that guy. You want to have him train with a 16-year-old black boy and be able to talk to him. And not just, oh, you look like me, I look like you, so I'm used to that. And that's how I know, because subconsciously, it's still the black guy is a threat. The white guy is okay.
Perfectly said.
And you know what? It's to a point to where, I don't know, we went back and forth about it, Troy.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Call it discrimination or whatever. Ex-military. Honestly, I think before you even get licensed to carry a gun in the community, you need to walk around the community. If you get your ass whooped a couple of times, I think it'll give you a better understanding and concept of who you're dealing with and what you're dealing with.
Ass whoopings always make you think better.
Yeah,
they do.
They do.
Yeah. And, again, it's unfortunate. And as a human being, my soul hurts for the officer that was killed in Stockton, California. But at the same time, like Shannon always says, bro, you signed up for this. And I'm not condoning it. Don't twist my words. I'm not condoning it. Here's the problem again, and I'm going to keep saying this. This officer was murdered in the line of duty. Now, every single law enforcement officer around this country is got they flag at half mast, talk about we're a family, we're a brotherhood, you'll never understand. We stand in solidarity for this blue lives. But you don't do it when one of them murders a black person. Oh, we don't know. Oh, no, we don't operate like that in our department. That doesn't represent us. You cannot have.
I'm gonna say this right now.
Wait.
The three of us, we brothers. Want to know why we're brothers? And people, y'all need to listen and pay attention to this. It's not only that we stand behind each other. Matter of fact, I'll give you an example. And I was thinking about this earlier, Shannon. Shannon likes to put stuff out there and he'll make a joke between me and him. It'll be between me and him. And me and him will go back and forth about something. Shannon will put it out to the public. But the problem is, the public will think they can say something to me.
Right.
And this is where it gets funny. And I had to think about this. And I was thinking about this today, Shannon. It's not that I will have to tell them off. Shannon will jump in and tell them off. They'd be like, look, don't be talking to my brother that way. But Shannon, you the one, I don't give a damn if I put it out there. You can't say nothing.
It's the ownership again.
It's the ownership. But
it's the ownership of your relationship.
Of our relationship. So that's one side of why we're brothers. And that's just a small example. But the other side of why we're brothers is, Shannon, you did that wrong. Smitty, you shouldn't have said that.
I do that a lot.
Yes, facts. But at the end of the day, what happens? I still stand behind both of you.
Right on.
But we can tell each other, and we'll even say it publicly, no, yeah, he was wrong, but that's my brother.
Yeah, watch how you talk.
Slow it down. I get you, but you say a little bit too much.
Don't be reckless.
Yeah, exactly. So the brothers in blue, to your point, Smitty, they will stand behind when they do something right. But as soon as they do something wrong, well, you don't understand, and well, we don't condone it, but you ain't saying nothing about it. No, either way, if your family, if you're his brother, if you're an organization that calls yourself a brotherhood, right or wrong, you stand behind it, but you can say when one of y'all step out of line.
Thick and thin. Thick and thin. You know,
if you're a true brotherhood.
Yeah.
If you're a true brotherhood.
I don't condone that, and I don't respect that part of that brotherhood. You know, that's just something I was never raised that way. I don't understand how you just turn your back and no,
that doesn't happen.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not your brother.
It's that inbreeding, though. It's that inbreeding. Think about it. It's inbreeding. We just do our own, and I hate to bring him back up, but Roy Stockton just did it best. He did. It's inbreeding, man. Dude ain't got no heart.
We don't know if Roy is a victim of inbreeding.
You know,
how can't we say that when this man dry snitched all his so-called fellow co-workers out?
Oh, that's a fact. I'll give you that.
You know, I'm at this point right now, and I'm gonna put this out there so we can move on with our show, because our show ain't about. Yeah, we petty, but we can be petty, and that's cool. Yeah. In the grand scheme of things, you know, we get some shit done. You know, you know, Mr. Stockton, I had conversations with him. I've offered, you know, but what I'm not going to do any longer. I was part of a conference on Wednesday, and an Asian human being, Mr. Lee Won-Hoo, awesome dude. Check out his show, Color of Fear. Color of Fear. You can find it on YouTube. Incredible. He is like, how do you address some things? How do you forgive somebody? Someone put their eyes like this and made fun of him, right?
Wow.
And he was expected to put the olive branch out and say, oh, they was having a bad day. You know, we, Black folks, Asians, Latinos, Hindus, LGBT, shouldn't have to offer the olive branch to people who don't even want to recognize that they're wrong.
Facts.
That's not equality. That's not inclusion. That's not diversity.
That's not accountability.
That again is systemic racism, to think you are inherently fulfilled by saying, you was wrong. You was wrong for making me say that thing. Really? So to Mr. Stockton, and I had told him this before, the price of hate. I will never be in debt to the price of hate when I go to meet my maker, whenever that day may come, because I couldn't get along with you and I couldn't recognize our differences. Me and Stockton don't see eye to eye on some things, but I'm never going to let that bring hate to me to have to do it. Now, you want to come and talk to me, it's cool. Same with the leader of NAACP. I don't have no hate. I can rock with anybody at any time. I'm a grown ass man and I respect that we can't see eye to eye, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? But if you can't do that and you want to hold this animosity and this white privilege and this white fragility, like I don't have to talk to them people because I'm white, we ain't never getting nowhere. We ain't never getting nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So
You know what, brother, can I say, I have to say, there's a lot to be said and admired about what Smitty just said. I love you, brother, because I know you taking a stand. I wish I could say I don't have no hate. I am petty. Fuck them.
I wish I could be on that same boat with you, partner, but
Yeah, I wish I could.
My
But
pettiness right now is heavier than my love.
yeah, yeah. Basically,
You know what? Hold on. And I was getting ready to just go ahead and jump in with Smitty. Like, even with Jonathan, Jonathan has it in his mind that he hates me, and I have no idea why. But it's okay. I will still sit
we
down
know
at
why.
the table
We
with
know
him.
why. We know why. We know
Petty
why
Paul.
he hates you.
Petty Paul.
Stop it. But I do understand Shannon. See, that's my love. See, when you have three brothers together,
I respect.
one of them got to be the petty one.
Oh yeah. Oh
It
yeah.
has to be.
You know,
That's that dude right there.
and so here, and this is why I respect Shannon so much, because he stands behind what he says.
He does.
And if you, this is what I like. This is what I like about being me. I love myself sometimes, like, because if you don't know me and you just judge me off the shit that I say, you know, then you're probably gonna have a certain opinion about me, right?
Yeah.
So there's a very small group of people, and they know who they are, that I'm going to take to my coffin this level of animosity and hate for they
Always.
ass.
Yeah.
Always.
We all have that.
Right? But they're friends with the people I have to deal with.
See, I get you.
And it's comedy because those people look at me and be like, how can you be who you are right now talking to me, but say the most asinine shit to my friends?
Yeah, what is you doing? Matter of fact,
You know what? And you know
what's
what?
that?
This is why I think this is good, because it's not a hate thing with me. It's a principle thing. Yes, it's
I hear
petty,
you.
but
Yep.
it's a principle thing.
Yeah.
But you know why I love you though right now, Shannon?
Yeah.
Because for the simple fact you said, yes, it's petty.
It's petty.
It's
Yeah,
you
it's
know
petty.
it. I love
It's
you for
petty.
that.
And you know what? And I have no problem taking ownership for that pettiness.
I love
Because
that. I love that.
honestly, it's comical to me because neither one of them are on my level.
Right?
Facts.
You know, so one thinks he can outthink somebody, and he's a 2-bit wannabe hustler.
Nickel Slick.
You know,
Hey, hold on. You know, this is damn. This is what's awesome about this clique. This is what's awesome about this clique. The motherfuckers that's out there that don't like us, that like really want to fight us, if they ever see us in public, we're probably gonna laugh at them.
Oh, facts.
I don't have time to fight you.
No. I
But
can
you're
guarantee you, let me see Jonathan in public. I'm gonna make him piss himself because I'm gonna say hello to him. I'm gonna say, hey, how you doing? How you doing? I'm gonna reach out my hand to be cordial.
Oh,
and say, hey, how you doing? Can we get some time to talk together?
let me tell you something. Why
are you gonna reach out your hand?
This is a lesson. This is a life lesson to you young folks who just need to get your anger in check. And
yes,
and this is how my wife taught me this. You do shit to people that you don't like, but you do it in a good way.
You do it in a good way. You be polite. They hate that.
And so I want to give you a quick example. Me and my wife are minding our business, having lunch one day here in Vacaville. White couple is staring at us. My wife is livid, like the fuck they staring at us. They don't think we belong in here, right? So I'm like, man, you know what's up? She was like, no. Let's order our food. We order our food. Here comes the waiter. Waiter says, hey, here's your bill. My wife goes, hey, put their tab on me. We're paying for it.
Wow.
Young folks, there's a lesson right there.
Oh, facts.
There's a lesson right there. Them white folks who were staring at us, who had these images in their mind, don't even know and appreciate. They don't even fathom what just happened to them.
Can't have no idea.
But see, you know what? I do.
They were disrespected. They were disrespected, and they don't even know.
Don't even have
Yeah,
no clue about it.
and you know what? And see, and here, and see, and our younger generation needs to know that that's a stand-up move. Me personally, I'm not gonna lie to you, and my wife is a witness to it. If I don't know you, I don't like you, especially if I know you and I don't like you, you on the ground in the middle of the street bleeding. I'm gonna keep walking by your ass, act like I ain't seen you. Fuck. That's the way it's
Act
gonna
like
be.
I don't even see you.
Somebody better,
Shannon, did you see that?
somebody
No.
better help
See
him,
what?
boy.
And don't. Hey, my phone don't work no more. So guess what? Don't expect me to call.
I ain't got no
That's-
signal.
You're stupid.
I ain't got no
You're stupid.
signal.
No, and it's not even about being petty. It's
No, I hear
just
you.
But
you-
that's petty.
no, it's not petty because
It's the
us as men,
principle.
like,
It's the principle.
There is a
It's
principle
the
behind it.
it's a
But-
principle. We as
and
men,
Mitzi-
we have somebody going around right now, and we ain't got to mention the whole ordeal, Troy.
Uh-huh.
But we did speak about it, how they're going around acting like they're a temp agency and don't know they a paycheck away from an ass whooping.
Oh, they lessen the paycheck, partner.
You
Get
know,
that fact straight.
the thing about, I know we didn't really get on a subject this evening, but we've given out a lot of game.
Yeah.
What I just told you, young folks, man, and if you're an older cat, share that with some young folks or have them watch this tidbit
Hold on.
because
Let
Go
me
ahead.
hold on just real quick, Smitty. What y'all did is so disrespectful that people don't understand the level of disrespect. So I'm gonna help some of y'all out with this real quick. Because what Smitty and Mitzi did was, I don't care what you think, I got this. I don't care who you think we are, I got this. This ain't gonna hurt me because I belong here.
exactly.
What
Exactly.
you think about me and my color, miss me. I got your check without a hurt. Matter of fact, I'm gonna over tip on your shit too.
On your shit, nigga. I'm tipping them for you,
For
white
you.
people.
Get your life.
And
me tell you
hey,
something.
so can I
But
come in
hold
a
on.
restaurant? Can I come and stare at you and Mitzi?
He's stupid.
I will come and
You
stare.
black. You black.
You
It
black,
don't
you ain't
count.
getting nothing.
Yeah,
Matter of
yeah,
fact,
you black. It
I'm gonna
don't
say,
count.
hey, put my soda on his stuff.
Exactly. See that?
For
dude
my
over
soda
there?
on,
Uh-huh.
whatever I order after this soda, go to
Yep.
him.
It's on him. And two
You know
shots
what?
on top of that.
And see, I wouldn't have said nothing. Here's the thing. I appreciate and I understand what you did and why you did it. My thing is, they could have sat there and stared at just to show you. And there's levels because I would have sat there and I would have let them stare away, wouldn't have paid attention to them. I would have ate my dinner, enjoyed my meal. I would have kindly paid for my meal, tipped the waiter,
Here comes
not
that.
even thought twice about it.
Mhm.
But anywhere I go is where I belong. And that's where I'm meant to
Absolutely.
be at.
You know,
So, you know-
so Shannon, and I respect that, and I agree. But to give background on that, before me and my wife got married, and this was, good, probably 1998, 99 somewhere, me and her went to Monterey to have dinner. I had just got paid, bro. I'm feeling myself. I'm not even worried. I done took care of the whole weekend. And so we go sit down, and I think it was a white lady. They came over. Mitzi starts to order, and this motherfucker gonna look at me, the waiter, and be like, "You know what that market price is,
No.
bruh?"
No.
My wife was like, "What?" We got up and walked out. You know what I'm saying? Now we didn't pay at that time. You know what I'm saying? But now where we're at financially today, we could do that, and that's kind of why, like Troy was saying, you don't even know that's not going to affect us. We still
Not at
going to be
all.
able to pay PG&E. We still going to be able to take care of our kids. We still going to be able to do this and that. Your little bias and racism because you don't think we belong there. We just undermined you and disrespected everything about you, and you don't even know.
Don't even get it.
You don't
Now,
even
wait.
get it.
We're at 45 minutes.
Yeah, let's
Running up on it.
We're gonna shut it down.
yeah, I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna run it. With the climate, the climate of the state, climate of the culture, as we are always known for, is providing solutions.
Yeah.
We're all about the cause.
Power to the people.
And yeah, power to the people and power to all.
I want to
Okay?
say this.
We
Let
can
me
do
say
that.
this. That fist
But-
up, Shannon, I've seen some white folks rocking a shirt with a fist, and that's cool. However, a fist like this don't mean shit until you put it in motion. Remember that. That shit better be in motion doing something. Go ahead, Shannon. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So with the climate of the state, and I know last week I popped a question off
Go ahead. What you got?
about change.
Mm-hmm. Mind you, before you ask this question, we don't need nothing deep because we're trying to get out of here.
Right?
Right.
So go ahead. I'm bracing myself. But go ahead.
Something that everybody needs to do from time to time.
Mm-hmm.
The question I posed to both of you, what does self-reflection mean to you?
Didn't I just say we trying to cut the show?
Yeah.
You know,
Okay. Go ahead. You gonna go? You gonna
I
go?
got
You
it.
Okay.
I got it. You know, self-reflection is, like Troy always says, it's the ownership. And it's so easy for us as human beings to reflect on the good shit we did. You know, that's so easy. Reflection is how you fucked up, you know, the people you hurt, you know. So I reflect and I apologize to my wife for breaking her heart over and over again. And she could have left me a long time ago, you know. How unknowingly I wasn't being I wasn't being the father to my 3 children to make sure that they were better than me, you know?
Yeah.
And those things still haunt me, even though I'm getting older and I'm, you know, but still, you know, I look back and I'm like, man, I fucked that up. You know, what was I thinking? And I'm not making excuses, but that's my reflection is how do I get better than that? You know, I can never make it up to them, you know, but going forward, how do I do things a little bit better? You know, so I make sure that I don't break my wife's heart again. Make sure that, you know, the advice I'm giving my kids is the right advice, you know, to set them up to make sure that they're better. You know, that's the only real reflection that I have as far as me, you know, because what I have done and said to other people outside of my family, I could give 2 shits less, like the good brother Shannon said last week. You know what I'm saying? I don't take back nothing I've ever said to somebody, because I'd be lying.
Time.
Yeah, I'd be lying. You know what I'm saying? So if I said it, I meant it. You know, but yeah, Shannon, the reflection I think starts with how I hurt my family, and then how I proceed going forward to make sure I don't do that shit again.
I like that. So my self-reflection would be forgiving myself for my failures, but understanding that I have failed, and going back to my foundation is ownership. And like you said, when you said that, when I was thinking of that, it went back to that fist. And that self-reflection has to be that fist. You can put it up, but it has to be some action towards it. So you can sit back and say, you know what? I'm sorry. I can sit back and say, yes, I messed that up. I messed that up. I failed here. I failed there. But what am I going to do about it? Am I going to try to make sure it never happens again? Am I going to try to, with my family, how am I going to make amends for what I think I have failed at? And it may not be something that they would say, because I've told my wife that I have failed at this and that. But she was like, Troy, no, you really didn't. I was like, no, let me reflect on that first. Let me take ownership of that and to make sure I can fix it. And it's not just looking at it and saying, I did that, but that reflection has to come with action. Because if not, you just pointing it out and moving it on. And just like you, Smitty, I would say some of the things that I've said to people, nah, y'all eat that. Because facts. But my actions, though, or my non-actions at times that have contributed to failures that I see, not anybody else that points them out to me, because a lot of that stuff is just your opinion. But I have to be honest with my ownership, which turns into me being honest with my self-reflection. Go ahead, Shan.
So I go through a period every day, every week, where I self-reflect. And I look back at my past. I don't have any regrets. I don't have any fucking remorse. I am who I am. I've done what I've done, and I'm taking complete ownership for it, whether you like it or not. Because of my past is who I am today. Because of my past, it's helped me be able to be a better person in life. Now, if I've done something wrong to you, you'll wait a cold day in hell before I ever apologize for it.
Oh, facts.
People need to know, people need to know. I think about the stuff I say before I say it. That way, once it's said, I never have to worry about it. I meant it. I'm not apologizing for it. Words are powerful. And when I also look at reflecting upon past, I can't change anything in my past. What I can do is take from it and learn. I have a very supportive wife. My wife is my Bonnie. If I say, babe, we're going to rob a bank, it's okay, babe, I'm driving. That's what I think. Anytime you're in a relationship, you need that bond. Right or wrong, right, indifferent. I know she got my back, just like my brothers. I'm wrong in a lot of shit. I'm not perfect. A lot of people will disagree with the way I look at stuff from my viewpoints, and that's fine. We're all entitled to opinions. Everyone has an ass, so everyone has an opinion. I just think that before you go outside, and this is to everybody in our community, before you go outside and want to start passing judgment on people, go look in the mirror at yourself and start reflecting upon what it is about you. What's wrong with you? So you can fix it. So when you do go out and pass judgment, you'll be probably in a better place to pass judgment than where you are now.
Hey, Shannon.
I'm not with that old saying.
Two things you said, man. One, people, the common thread between all these reflection is, if you're waiting for a sorry from us, fuck you.
Oh no, let that go. Yeah, let that go.
The second thing is, this is why people flock to Shannon. He can totally disrespect you in the nicest way. He was so heartfelt and sentimental, like,
oh, he's so
love
honest.
You, but I just want to let you know,
I can care less.
I could care the fuck less. But you need to check yourself before you contact me.
Before you start talking to me, you better spend 15 minutes with your damn self, is what he just said to y'all.
Shannon, I love you, man. That's phenomenal, bro. You turned that shit right around. You know what? Kudos. Kudos, because you just did what white America has done to us when they make fun of us and then say, you were wrong because we're right, because we're white. You need to apologize to us. You just did that, man. Good job.
You
bro.
did.
I appreciate you.
And the funny thing is, before I'm going to sign off, but I'm going to leave everybody with this. There was a Republican senator who said that June 6th, if you look at it the right way, it just looked like a regular day with tourists. That's where we're going to leave it at. Thank y'all for hanging out.
Peace.
Brother Shannon or Brother Smitty, thank you as always. Love you guys.
Hey, before we go, there's somebody in our community, a mom and a daughter living in a storage unit. Let that sink in. Hit us up if you can provide any kind of donation, a room or anything. It's happening right now, and it's not just here in Vacaville, it's in Fairfield, it's in Houston, it's everywhere. Help if you can. There's people who don't have a home, they're living in cars. Reach out to someone and see what you can do.
Remember to like us, people. Share, like and share. That's all we ask.
Oh, and peace, because before we forget, we gotta give a farewell to our girl Sarah.
Yeah.
Oh, Sarah's out of here. That's right.
Yes, she's deserting us.
You know, Sarah brought some energy to this show. And now that we have this work because of the pandemic, we can do simulcasting from across the globe. So hopefully she'll join us again from where she's gonna go and going to do great things there. But thank you, Sarah, for being an integral part to this show. That
a little droplet of sunshine.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, we're done.
People. It's been real.
Like.
Yeah.